Minecraft is full of exciting features. Minecraft presents itself as a game of endless possibility, advertising every new edition in newsletters and conventions. The developers want us to see what they've added, and rightfully so. These new features have kept the game interesting to veteran players, as returning players are a big part of what has kept Minecraft the most successful video game of all time. There are hardly any aspects of gameplay that the average player isn't at least somewhat aware of, though I'd like to put an emphasis on my use of the word hardly. There are a few features of Minecraft that are mysterious and essentially never spoken of by Minecraft's developers. While I like to make videos about all of these mysterious features, today we're going to look at a particular one that puzzles even the most educated players. The feature in question? Fossils. More precisely, what they are. Minecraft has almost never dropped any hints or insight into who or what they're the remains of. This silence leaves the ever-creative Minecraft community in question, and as is human nature, we must know the answer. In this edition of Minecraft Declassified, we're going to look into the ancient mystery of Minecraft's giant fossils. Overworld fossils are a feature that players became familiar with way back in the 1.10 Java Edition update. Prior to their official edition, Professor Mobius had tweeted out an image of a fossil-like structure made of quartz to get people talking. Minecraft fossils were very cool at the time. This was years before the Caves and Cliffs update, so these fossils provided some much-needed spice to the then dull underground. Even with cave changes becoming more and more common now, these fossils still remain just as exciting to find. There are 8 types of fossil structures exclusive to the overworld, 4 rib variations and 4 skull variations. The largest of these fossils is Spine 4, which totals 121 blocks. Huge. Imagine being a 2016 player and coming across something like this for the first time. Not only are their sizes impressive, they are also pretty fruitful. Bone blocks can be crafted into 9 bone meal, meaning a 121 block structure made primarily of bone blocks equates to, well, a ton of bone meal. As neat as those overworld fossils are, you have to search pretty hard to find one. According to my math, which is scary, I know, fossils have just a 0.03% chance of spawning per chunk. This means finding a fossil in the overworld in a given chunk is rarer than finding a pink sheep and rarer than a blue axolotl being born. As someone who's been playing Minecraft for over 10 years, reading those numbers was very surprising. Fossils just don't feel that rare. Maybe they don't feel that rare due to the commonness of nether fossils. Nether fossils are much more common than their overworld counterparts, spawning everywhere in the Soul Sand Valley biome. They are also much different. Instead of being large and extravagant, nether fossils are small and messy. Out of the 14 variations, Fossil 14 is the largest, yet it's only made up of 26 blocks, making it 80% smaller than the largest overworld one. Nether fossils were also added much later than the overworld fossils. It wasn't until 2020 that they were added into Minecraft, 6 major updates after the overworld ones came to be. As much as we can look at fossils and appreciate them before looking past them to hunt for diamonds or fortresses, we can't forget their mystery. What are fossils the remains of? As I've mentioned, the largest Minecraft fossil is Spine 4 in the overworld, totaling 121 blocks. This giant fossil is 13 blocks long, 9 blocks wide, and 5 blocks deep. As you can already guess, this fossil trumps the size of nearly every mob in the game. While there are many variations of fossils, as I've said, what mobs could have been giant enough to leave these huge fossils behind? If you're less privy to the game, you may not even know that Minecraft once added an actual mob called giants. If you didn't know this, it isn't too late to see them. You can actually still spawn giants into your world. But wait, how can giants be in the game if they aren't in the game? Something strange about Minecraft is that there are a few mobs that aren't naturally spawning or featured in gameplay, but are still technically spawnable, such as the lesser known Isolager. Unlike the Isolager though, the giant has been a part of Minecraft since the very beginning. Giants were added super far back in InfDev 0.31, a mind-boggling 14 years ago, which is older than some of you. Minecraft as a whole wasn't even close to being fully released at the time, but Giants were toyed with a lot by Minecraft's creator Notch, nonetheless. Testing of the Giants were uploaded to the creator's YouTube channel around this time, and he seemed to take an extreme liking to them. The Giant, throughout most of InfDev, had a zombie skin, was 12 blocks tall, and did a lot of player damage. They were able to kill a player in just one hit. Despite Notch's fascination, Giant's ability to spawn naturally had been removed from the beginning. Why he did this is not a mystery. Notch once said, quote, "They are too overpowered." And on why he didn't remove them completely, he said, quote, "They are just too cool to remove." A year later, Minecraft 1.0 was released, a culmination of over 2 years of the game being constantly developed. The release came with lots of fanfare, as its official launch was done via Notch pulling a giant lever live on stage at Minecon. While Minecraft saw many new things added, in order to meet up this 1.0 release, the Giant got a new damage sound. This minuscule addition the Giant received, despite such huge updates to everything else, would be a sign of what was to come for the Giants in the many years following. The Giant got another damage sound update in 1.4.2, and in 1.7.2 were easier summonable thanks to command updates. But by then, Giants had already been quickly forgotten about, though I can still recall seeing them getting spawned and showcased in server lobbies many years ago. At that point, Giants could still make their way over to attack you when summoned. Something an unexpected player at the time found in their horror was that Giants could run too. How could they do that though? Aren't Giants zombies? Actually, they're very different. While they have the exact same texture as zombies, they are not categorized by the game code as being undead. For instance, a harming potion works on Giants, whereas on zombies they have the opposite effect. Zombies burn in the sunlight, Giants do not. Zombies turn villagers into zombies, Giants don't. Let's hop into a 1.20 world and I'll show you. Actually, we can't. This is because, since the 1.8 Minecraft update, Giant AI is removed completely. Giants are completely motionless, and more of a relic of the past than a part of the game. Giants can't turn their heads, walk, look at a player, or strike a player, nor respond to anything in any way. You can kill a giant after summoning one, but you won't get the Monster Hunter achievement. Why were the giants suddenly removed in 1.8? The 1.8 update came just 2 months before Minecraft's big sale to Microsoft. In the sale, Notch stepped away from the game and no longer was involved in its development. Once Notch, who was a cheerleader for the Giants since the game's creation, left Mojang, the Giants' fate was left to the remaining Minecraft team. It's possible that the developers felt they could finally take them out of the game now that Notch wasn't protecting them. Perhaps deleting its AI from the Minecraft code was an easy way for them to do this. There was a tiny blip in time between then and now, however, where Giants were temporarily brought back to life, so to speak. In snapshot 18W50A, 10 years after the Giant was added, and 5 years since its AI was removed, Giants were given unique zombie AI instead of, well, no AI. Giants now were undead. They used zombie noises, they burnt in the sun, they infected villagers, took damage from healing potions, and could even spawn as chicken jockey babies. This snapshot was being tested for the 1.14 release, which was the Village and Pillage update. Mojang was introducing raids to us, and in doing so, they added a couple of new mobs, the Ravager and the Pillager. Witches, Ravagers, Evokers, Pillagers, and Vexes would now be a part of an action-packed raid battle inside villages. Mojang wanted to add giants into this mix too, and therefore had made all those big changes to them. But Mojang almost immediately removed all those giant changes. The giant was now dead again, put to rest like they'd been following 1.8. Why would Mojang make all of these changes just to take them back right away? In the years after Mojang was sold to Minecraft, Notch stirred up racial controversy online, which all culminated in Mojang removing any mention of Notch from Minecraft. Mojang spent the better part of their upcoming updates development trying to wash the game of Notch's fingerprints. And when did Minecraft do this? That 1.14 update, just when the giants were being considered again. Perhaps Mojang felt they needed to be re-removed, as they may have associated the giant internally too close with Notch. The giants were very much his baby after all. Now that I've told you everything there is to know about giants and fossils, I feel I can properly present this connection I believe that they share. Here's a timeline that I made showing all giant updates alongside all fossil updates through the years, from the time that they were both added to the last time they are each tinkered with. In 1.8, we had that killing of the giant, when they returned from sentient to dead. Just one major release later, the fossils were added into Minecraft. I look at the fossils addition to the game shortly after the giants' AI removal as a main component of my theory. I see the fossils as Minecraft's way of putting giants to rest for good, meaning the fossils are essentially a type of Easter egg. If you think that this is only circumstantial, look at the giant's history I just described. When I give you the context of what's happening inside Mojang Studios, the sale, the possibility of something else happening becomes more reasonable. Memorial Easter eggs aren't new to Minecraft either. Look at the Toast name tag Easter egg, which was added as a tribute to a developer's girlfriend's rabbit. Another example of a tributary Easter egg would be typing a developer's name ExcitedZ into the recipe book search bar. Doing so triggers the game language to change. This was added shortly after the developer had left the game. Yet another example of a tributary Minecraft Easter egg would be a hidden banner design of Mojang's old logo that can still be obtained. When giants were suddenly being worked on later during 1.14 snapshots, those changes were taken back almost immediately. Maybe it's because it wouldn't have made sense to Mojang to add giants back. It's possible that they had already put the giant back to rest in their minds back in 1.10 with the fossils addition, the Easter egg. If the timeline isn't really enough to convince you of a possible connection between fossils and giants, maybe these mysterious quotes about fossils taken from Minecraft's official website can. Once upon a time, perhaps millions of years ago, there were huge creatures in Minecraft. Bigger than a house. We can only speculate on their lives, diets, habits, or why they disappeared. All that's left of them is their skeletons, strewn across the world. Later in the article, this writer also states, keep your eyes peeled for a flash of white in the walls. You might be uncovering new evidence of the oldest, most mysterious creatures in Minecraft. What could this Minecraft writer be referring to when stating that fossils are, quote, evidence of the oldest, most mysterious creatures in Minecraft? I certainly believe giants are the main culprit of his description, and I can't see any other mob fitting it. An old, mysterious creature? He says earlier in the article that we can only speculate why these creatures disappeared. Giants essentially being removed twice was certainly never made clear to us, and has left us speculating indeed. This article was written when fossils were first being introduced, as is typically done with all new features added into the game. While the point of the article was to introduce the addition, I look at those quotes as the single best hint we get from Minecraft about the fossils' truth. While it's possible that fossils could just be an addition to the game made just for the sake of adding in more realism into Minecraft, I like to believe in what I've been trying to prove to you in this video. Consider more than just what's in the game. The context of what's happening within Mojang Studios, not just fascination with the giants and his departure. Minecraft is a game full of surprises, full of things that both entertain us and scare us. There are always mysteries that will be found, and in a lot of cases, ones like this that may very well always leave us puzzled. What do you think Minecraft's fossils are the remains of? If that's what they're intended to be, let me know what you think about Minecraft's giant fossil mystery. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that video. I just want to give a quick thank you to everyone for 4,000 subscribers. It seems like yesterday that I hit 1,000, and that was a super big day for me. This is just as exciting as is every milestone that I hit. I don't want to hold you up too long. I just really wanted to say thank you once again. Yeah. All right. Bye guys.